if you are stressed by anything external, the pain you experience is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius said that once, and in his meditations. And when I read that, I was like, what? Like that is facts, you know. That makes so much sense. Think about it. Um, your dog is going off. Like just then, I was trying to film and I had to stop because Theo, my dog, was chewing my laptop cord, obviously disrupting the video. But he didn't know that. He's bored. He needs to go for a walk. And so instead of getting angry, I can recognize that yeah, he needs to go for a walk. He's bored. Um, and yes, it's disrupting me, but my estimate of of that entire situation was completely in my control, and something that Epictetus calls the dichotomy of control. Or most Stoics would call the dichotomy of control, but Epictetus really talks about this quite a bit. And it's really a lot of things aren't in your control, but the main thing that is in your control is how you respond to things. But that kind of opens up the direction of how I want to talk today, where I want to talk today. I want to talk to self awareness, our understanding of who we are, how other people see who we are, and then how that relates to personality. Okay? Is our understanding of ourselves a true representation of our personality, or is it how other people see us? And I would argue it's a bit of a mix. Um, most of the research leans towards understanding that extroversion is a fairly observable trait, so is conscientiousness. But then there's less observable traits, such as neuroticism and the aspects inside neuroticism. Please don't bite me while I'm doing this. Sit. Thank you. Um, yeah, and then there's neuroticism and the aspects inside. For example, there's inside neuroticism, we have what's commonly accepted to be withdrawal and volatility. Volatility being panic or anger, and then withdrawal being anything that you experience when you withdraw into yourself away from everyone else. So, like depression or anxiety. And there is a fair amount of evidence to suggest that people who are experiencing those kind of moments more have less of an understanding of who they truly are than those who have more emotional stability, who are I hope you heard that, you who have more emotional stability and less neurotic moments. And that's because when people experience neuroticism or they experience withdrawal, they their view of reality is tainted. It, yeah, I hope you really saw that. Sorry, so these videos are gonna like bounce between him trying to bite me or lick me now, or just tell me that he wants to go for a walk. And sometimes, hopefully, he's very calm because we're already taking him for a walk. Um, but yeah, those who experience withdrawal symptoms, um, and not withdrawal as in drugs, as in like a neuroticism, like you're withdrawing into yourself. No, do not bite me. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Yeah, those who experience withdrawal symptomologies like anxiety or depression, they think that the world is negative. You know, so like the people that they experience on a day-to-day basis, they think that they see everyone else sees me in a very negative way. And I just want to make a really important point here. So Albert Bandura in 1978, that's my man. But in 1978, Albert Bandura found that the way we behave, our personalities, are really an intricate mix of the person and the social situation. And that, in this context, is dangerous. You know, when I'm experiencing neurotic moments constantly, I'm experiencing withdrawal, I'm feeling very depressed and anxious, and I'm seeing everything as very negative. Other people are seeing that I'm withdrawing. I'm withdrawing myself from society. So then their response to me is to be indifferent. That indifference, and that's normal. Like you experience anyone that doesn't want to, that doesn't look like they want to talk, and you don't really engage. Um, but that indifference to the person experiencing withdrawal or at like neurotic moments, just going back to the chord, neurotic moments, uh, is reaffirming what their belief of the world is. They think, okay, people don't want to talk to me, so that must mean I'm right. Withdraw more, isolate more, and then the depression cycle kicks on. So I think the way out of that, and a suggestion for that, is to really try and increase that self-awareness. Now, obviously, neuroticism and like withdrawal and volatility, they're internal states. So we need to look inside. We need to do some introspection, some navel gazing, and really try and be a bit more aware of how we behave in day-to-day contexts. At the end of the night, make a list of 5 situations you're in. How did you respond? And be honest. It's only you reading it or you thinking about it. So there's no need to lie. And then when you do, if you feel little bit of emotion about it, maybe explore it. You know, if you thought, oh, my boss just hated me today, or my coworker, absolute bitch, or absolute jerk, or whatever, think about it. Okay, is it possible that they are behaving, that you think they're behaving a certain way because they are indifferent to your existence? Like they don't really want to engage with you purely because you are withdrawing from them. Is that possible? If it is possible, maybe make a list with yourself, make some agreements with yourself. What's an acceptable thing for you to do? Make a list from like 1 to 20, from 1 being the easiest thing to do to 20 is the hardest thing to do. And if in this context, 20 is probably walking up, cold, cold walking up to someone and shaking their hand and saying g'day. But 1 might just be walking past someone and then just smiling. Make that list of acceptable things that you could do. Start at the very easiest and then gradually work your way up and see what happens. In your day-to-day experiences, take note. Treat yourself like a scientist. Is your experience getting better? Are people responding to you a little bit better? Are they still being indifferent, or are they maybe engaging in conversation with you a little bit more? Are they smiling back at you? What are they doing? You know, and then soon enough, you'll be able to get a more realistic view of the world. Something that we all a little bit need. And I don't think that we can get from personality testing. I think we can really only get that, especially with traits like neuroticism, from internal, so from our actions, from our choices, as Marcus Aurelius would say, or Epictetus, any Stoic would say. It's our choice. It's our responsibility to reframe how we are seeing the world, to be a little bit more positive. Okay, that's about it for today. Till next time, hopefully it's not 9 months between. See you later.